What's up, galera? It's Ohei with Jinga and Grow Strong, and I'm back here with, again, doing the ritual of the Roda. This is a very amazing video because I've never had it explained to me in such detail right away without doing my time of years of capoeira, years of training with masters, going to events, putting my ass on the line, messing up, getting kicked out of the bacheria, all those. So now I'm going to go ahead and explain the ritual of the Roda, why they do what they do, and this is a retake because the last one I had the sound up too loud, so I'm going to go ahead and lower the sound on each of these Roda videos. So we're going to go ahead and get started. So if you missed my last video on, I believe it was, the Secret Society, or how they have the different rituals, and each does. Now remember, there's Capoeira Angola, there's Capoeira Regional, and then there's Contemporânea, which is a contemporary style, which is kind of a mixture of both. Now, our particular lineage, even though it looks real fight and contemporary style, if we go back far enough in Capoeira Regional, we are in Angola, of lineage, and we're not Bimba lineage. So Bimba has we don't do the Bimba sequências de ensino, the teaching sequences, the training sequence of Bimba. We just don't do that. We train just the fundamentals, and we have different other training methods. So anyway, I don't want to take your time up. Make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you haven't already. I want to get started because it's very exciting. Let's first start with one of my favorite Rodas. Here, I'm going to move this back down to the bottom. Now here, this is Roda de Rua 3. Okay, so Roda de Rua is in Sao Paulo. Let me set it up here for you. And let me actually pause it because they're singing here. This is Mestre Mal Branca, okay, Gra Mestre Branca, and this is Mestre Barral, father of Mestre Barralzinho, the MMA fighter, 92nd knockout. This is an amazing, legit Roda. All these dudes are bambas up and down all over the place. Now, in a little while, you're going to see Mestre Joel, who rest in peace, rest in power, coming up and start singing from the pandero. Now, from the pandero, usually you'll have a one master or two masters singing from the berimbau, okay, like these guys here. In this case, these are all made men. They're all legit masters. So that's just how it goes. Suasuna will sing off the agogo. It really doesn't matter when you have so many bambas in the Roda. So anyway, the first thing is setting the ladainha. Now, this is a street Roda. This is an open Roda. But there's still hierarchy, and there's still ritual. Okay? So if you listen to the toque, what they're playing is Regional de Bimba, don, ding, don, don, ding, don. Let's get. Here's Mr. Joel. He first starts the ladainha. You really can't hear him right now. So loud. But there he is, singing the ladainha. These guys are waiting. Usually they'll stand up first until he gives the shula. Now you're going to hear the shula. It's the chant that he starts, and everyone repeats. So listen here. Yeah, agua de bebé, okay, water to drink. So whenever he's done with his ladainha, he'll say, Camara, yeah, whatever. Agua de bebé, aruande. It's up to him, okay? So that's when they start. Now, usually you'll see the guys kneel and show interest to play, but they still can't play yet. In this case, they've been kneeling. It's a street lot, it's packed. They don't have a lot of space. Everyone continues to chant the shula, the repetitive. When he moves to the quadra or to the let's get started, that's when they can start playing. So let's listen for it. There it is. Oh, sim, on it now. Make the sign of the cross, and then they start. And it's a beautiful Roda. It's awesome. If you watch this, I'll put a link in the description so you can go back and watch this. It's one of the first DVDs that I bought. The Rodas, man, it's amazing. People flipping and flying, legit bambas, professionals kicking butt. So, all right, that's the first one. So this is the ritual that we're talking about, that I talked about in my previous video, and I'll put links in the description also. You can go back and check those out. Next Roda. Okay, next Roda is a good one. Now, they're playing Banguela in this Roda. Now, this is Praça de República in Sao Paulo. This is a legit rough Roda.
It's Ohei with Jinga.
That's the old video. Here it is. Oops, that's not it. That's a chamada. And here we go. Okay, Roda de Capoeira na Praça da República, February of 2017. Okay, let's go into full screen. Okay, so here we are. They're playing Banguela. I'm going to start it. Oops. Going on with this ladainha. An awesome one. Let's do the bidding bell. Yeah, viva mil, whoever, he said. And then they repeat. So there it is again, that same ritual. Let's continue. It sets the vibe. Like I said, if you're uninitiated, you don't know that. So when you play by the rules, it's pretty cool. It's like it's a secret handshake that only you and your secret members, your secret society members know, and so everyone else doesn't really know. But most people here do. They know, okay, or they're just waiting. They're not in power. Everyone's waiting to go in. They're showing interest to play. Then it's good. It's Google. Google Quilombola is amazing. So they've changed the song, and that signals that they could go in and start playing. This is the ritual da roda. This is the ritual of the roda. Let's do another. This is a good one. Hopefully this is very helpful for you. I'm moving a little bit faster. The first one I kind of stumbled through it. And, okay, let's go. Here is another one. This is one of my favorite rodas as well. Now, let me just set the stage again. So this is Beira-Mar, Itapua Beira-Mar. This is the son here on the left, which is Mestre Nestor's son. He was born in the roda. This kid has been manjingando. He's probably in his 30s now, pushing 40, but maybe 40s. And this over here on the right is Mestre Esquilo. He's amazing. He's also black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I think he lives in Atlanta. I think is where he's training out of. Great capoeiristas, great lord. So we're going to same thing. Now this case, they're singing from the pé do berimbau. They're singing from, and a lot of times you'll see that the masters will sing some of it, and then he'll sing the rest, and they'll go back and forth singing ladainhas at each other. In this case, that's not what happens. It's just Beira-Mar, Itapua singing. It's probably his roda, his place. Okay, so they're not doing the standard chula. Yeah, viva meu Deus, yeah, viva meu mes, yeah, viva meu mes, camarada. This one they have a different chula, and there are these other chulas as well. They're pretty cool. And how do you know? Whenever they start chanting, the crowd starts chanting. That's when you know that it's the get ready chula portion. And a lot of times they'll just improvise. They'll go on and sing and talk, and they'll improvise on the spot, talking about their old friends and family. Vamos embora. The captain is wrong. The captain is wrong. The wrong is captain. Then they change it to Vamos embora, camarada, and that's the Let's Get Started song. And then he passes it to his buddy singing, and that's when he knows it's get started. So same ritual, just a different song, and it's not on the base of the. And they start do the sign of the cross to protect them as they enter the roda. And then they go on. Very cool. So I hope this walkthrough has been very helpful. Now, this last portion here is going to be very important. This is the last roda, but we're going to talk about chamadas. Okay, chamadas is or the passo a dois, which is the double footstep, the footsteps between two people, the steps between two people. Now you see this guy here. Now this guy is holding his hand up in a chamada de frente. Now usually when you call a chamada, the guy could come right away. So the other guy's waiting at the pé do berimbau. You can come right away, or most of the times they just build up the drama. They pretend like they don't see. They pretend like they're disrespecting. They're doing macacos. They're doing cartwheels by themselves. They're going off away. Meanwhile, this guy just holds strong and lets him do that. Then he comes in, he checks the knee as he comes up and joins hands, and then they continue the chamada or the walk, the paso a dois. So that's why I love this one. Because look, this guy's, and don't forget, this music is not, this is overdubbed, so this music is not the same. So look, he calls it, he's waiting. This guy's like, I'm not even respecting me. I'm looking over here, I'm waiting for the bidding bow. Well, and he already called the chamada. See, it's like, okay, I'm going to go over there. I'm going to fiddle around. And then whenever I'm ready, see, he's like playing this drum. Then he goes to protect the knee. He switched it to the back. This guy did chamada de trás. So he turned his back. And you could do that. You could switch it at the last second. He turned around. They go through the footsteps. And then they disengage. Now, a lot of times this guy threw the challenge. So he would try to trick him. But in this case, he reversed it on him and gave a fake kick. There's another one. Chamada de frente. Right here. Calls it. Oh, barriga. So barriga, he presses his head to his stomach. This guy has to come in with his headbutt to the stomach. He blocks it. And see how he's checking the knee? These are just standard things that you do when you're doing chamada, whatever it happens to be. And this one, barriga. When you do the barriga, you check his knee because he can knee you. And a lot of times if you don't have that, they'll knee you just to teach you. And each one is different. Okay? And they do the steps. And they have the disengagement. Okay, he does the knee, he comes up. Now during the disengagement, usually they'll challenge you to do an awu or some kind of pass. Let's keep it going. Chamada de frente again, he calls it. The guy waits, he fiddles around, he builds the drama, he checks the knee. See, always check the knee when you go in there. Many people do not, and they end up getting kicked. And some don't get kicked because it's just like, all right, they want to go through the ritual. And this is how you know what's doing it. It's just fun. Once you know what you're doing, it looks like a bunch of silly fiddle-faddling around. But see, he calls him, hey, disengage, do the awu right there. So he has to do the awu. These are the challenges of these hodges. Okay, he calls it. And in this case, he doesn't even wait for him. He builds it up. He's like, let's just go. Forget it. He doesn't wait for him. He's like, let's go. He joins him, and then they go and they do the ritual. So they do the paso a dois. Oh, very nice. So he did a trip, and that's a lot of times you're going to see. Now, he was challenged, and he did the trip. So that's kind of weird. You could do that, but usually it's the other guy who challenged the other person trying to trip or kick the other guy. He makes him do the queda de rins, and then they move on. Here's another chamada. He calls it. The guy's fiddling around, the same like he's just building it up. He checks the knee. Look, see? Every time, check the knee. Chamada de frente. They do the paso a dois para frente. And this is very cool. So on and so on. Let me see if there's any other one that are worth looking at. It's pretty much the same. I think it's pretty consistent. Cool. So the only ones that's not on here, there's also Volta do Mundo. Oh, nice. I'm going to stop it there. So some of the ones that are not near is Volta do Mundo, which they go in a circle. There's several more, Sapinho. So this is pretty cool. But I just wanted to make sure that I explained the ritual of the Roda to you so that you know. And it's very special. So Dacio channel, on the last he made a comment, said 23 years of capoeira, no one's explained in detail what a chamada is. And this is what I'm going to do right now. So it's a very good point. Unless you have it explained to you, unless you train it, and unless you practice it and do it, you really don't know. Even if somebody tells you what it is, you have to go in there and do it. And you have to do the chamada and learn how to play it and when to do it. Now, let me just say that. So let me just define what a chamada is in general. It's a call, right? It's a challenge. It could be a break. So like if you want to take a break, you're tired and you want to keep the game going, you'll make a call a chamada. Okay. If the guy kicked you, or showed that he kicked you with a martel to your face and you don't respect it, then the next time he is going to kick you in the face. So usually if somebody traps you in a game of Angola or whatever, it doesn't have to be Angola, and he shows that he could have kicked you, usually you restart the game right there. You show that you could have been hit and you restart the game right there. In a high-level game or just because, you restart the game. And if not, the next time, okay, we're not respecting the ritual of the Roda, that's fine. Now, if you're playing a regional fight game and they didn't kick you, okay? Then it's more practicing the martial arts and you're playing contemporary Roda, a regional de bimba, sabendo grande, sabendo Roda. You're going. in this case, these more ritualistic meetings and Rodas are fun. It's cool. It's good to play with your buddy. It's good to play cat and mouse and go through the ritual. So if they showed they could hit you, then you call a shaman. Okay, you restart the game. It could go Volta de Mundo usually, and then you restart. So that's also kind of a break in the game, paso a dois. And there's other tricks and traps. So I'll do a separate video on separate tricks and traps of the chamadas or the paso a dois of that part of the ritual. I just want to explain to you first what it is. So that's what it is. Now, also, can a lower chord call a higher chord, higher rank chamada? Yes and no. Yes, absolutely. Does it matter? We were in we went to go train with Grandmaster Dunga in the favelas and the slums of the slave quarters in Belo Horizonte and Biogá in Minas Gerais. And he's like, yeah, don't worry. The regular street capoeira, you call chamadas to anybody. You want to play, you want to manjiga, you manjiga. However, that being said, there are masters that'll get mad and get upset if you try to call them out. Hey, I'm the higher ranking. But so take that with a grain of salt. You got to measure the the temper and the temperament and the ego of who you're calling the chamada to. Just do it in the vibe of the Roda. Okay, so it's fun to do this and know the ritual and call the chamada and do that. Okay, so that's a good explanation as far as what a chamada is. What are some of the chamadas? What are the other rituals? One more thing before I go about the ritual of the music. So usually when you first start playing capoeira and you have a small group or you have a young group or you have a lot of low chords playing instruments and you have one master, one instructor there, whatever, and you first start learning how to play berimbau and lead the roda, these people rifle out, I did too, I'm guilty, I rifled out as many songs as I could on the berimbau when I'm singing. And I wanted everybody, the whole world to know that I could sing and play berimbau and lead the roda and sing cool and make faces and control the roda. So I would sing as many songs as I could and it ruined the vibe. So let me just tell you about this ritual part of the music of the Roda, is that as if you're in a dancer at a club, and this was explained to me by, at that time, Contramestre Muito Tempo, he's a master now, mestre, that if you're at the club and they keep switching the song when you're trying to catch a vibe, it's bad. So you need to keep the song good and keep it steady and keep that pumping so that you can dance that song. And for that matter, dance the same rhythm. If it's going slow, you don't dance fast. If the music's going fast, you don't dance slow. You go with the rhythm. That means fight. If it's fast, you're fighting. Okay, so the music's going, and so you're switching songs all the time, and that's bad. So keep the song going, the same one, easy. I know it seems like, I want to sing all these cool songs, but in reality, keep it simple. It's more about the vibe. More about the vibes. Even if you're just singing, oi, sing, 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 oi, now, 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 for 20 minutes, and the game is good, and keep on doing that. Now, if you do want to change, if they do call a chamada, or if they do Volta do Mundo and they call the game, then if you're on the berimbau, you could switch it. Just be very wary and be very present if they give you a side look. But usually that's when you switch it, not when they're playing in the middle of the game because you ruin it. You ruin the energy, during the middle of the game, in the middle of the dance. So don't do that. Okay, I made that mistake. Trust. Oh, hey, I made that mistake a lot. And also put a link in the description. Also, I do have what's called the Bateria report. It's like how to build confidence and competence in the Roda, and it has all these little tricks of the trade. So it's a small little document that you can check out. I'll put the link in the description. It's very helpful, so you don't make all the mistakes that I did. Okay. On the other note, if you're a master and if you do change the game and you said, I'm just going to change the game, and these guys, if the music changes while you're playing in the Roda, you have to realize that, and then go Volta do Mundo, stop the game, and then go walking around the circle because the music changed. So now you have to be very sensitive to the music, not just keep playing. Restart the game. Okay, so I hope that's been very helpful. If you have any questions, please put those below. I've lowered the volume, so the last one, I'm sorry about the volume was blasting. So anyway, check out my free course. I'll put a link in the description. Please take the 90-second survey and fill that out so you can dictate what else you want to see on this channel. Like I said, if you're still locked down, do get my free training course at home. It comes with a 6-week challenge with exact diet, exact grocery list, 40% off, supplements, awesome stuff so that we can continue to train at home by yourself or with your family or with your buddy or with your spouse. So, all right, guys, once again, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next one, guys. God bless. Ciao, ciao. Jinga and grow strong. I think so. Bye bye. Team Go Strong.